This isn't a Democratic issue or a Republican issue. It is a national issue. It is a security issue. It is time for this administration to stop stonewalling and provide the Congress with all the facts it needs, including a copy of the formal complaint made by the whistleblower.
So the framers were fully aware that the impeachment process could become partisan attacks on the president, charged with animosities generated by all manner of prior struggle and disagreements over executive branch decisions, over policy disputes, over resentments at losing the prior election.
But if we allow a president to get away with shredding the United States Constitution, that will last forever.
Instead of them warning about the abuse of power by the president requiring impeachment.
If the president does not comply with such a request from the Congress, he continues to obstruct Congress and flout the law, Donald Trump will leave Congress, in my view, no choice but to initiate impeachment.
They wrote about and were concerned about, and more debate was conducted about, the abuse of power by political factions in the legislative branch to overturn the will of the American people.
That would be a tragedy, but a tragedy of his own making.
The framers were concerned that any process whereby the legislative branch, the branch they deemed, quote, the most dangerous, whereby the legislative branch could sit in judgment of a president.
And it's time for the Congress to fully investigate the conduct of this president. The president should stop stonewalling this investigation and all the other investigations into his alleged wrongdoing. Using its full constitutional authority, Congress, in my view, should demand the information it has a legal right to receive.
Who would be vulnerable to the abuse of partisan factions, which, as my friend and presiding officer and gifted lawyer knows, was one of the overwhelming, recurring concerns of the founders: partisan politics. They feared that this most dangerous branch could sit in judgment of a president who would be vulnerable to abuse by partisan factions.
This is their president we are talking about. The President of the United States does not serve at the pleasure of the legislature, does not serve at the pleasure of Joe Biden, does not serve at the pleasure of Henry Hyde, does not serve at the pleasure of the Congress, as a prime minister does in a parliamentary system. He is elected directly by the people of the United States of America. And the election of a president is the only nationwide vote the American people will ever cast. And that's a big deal. The American people don't think that they have made a mistake by electing Bill Clinton, and we in Congress had better be very careful before we upset their decision and make darn sure that we are able to convince them, if we decide to upset their decision, that our decision to impeach him was based upon principle and not politics.